Working while traveling might sound like the dream, right? The perfect blend of productivity and exploration. But let me tell you, on this trip, reality often had its own plans. Victoria, with its charming streets and historic architecture, unexpectedly became my unconventional workspace more often than I hoped. But hey, life is about embracing the unexpected, right? So join me as we navigate the highs and lows of visiting Victoria as someone who manages projects and edits videos for a living.
I've been keeping my phone on no sound, facing you out, that's true. Now I get butterflies just thinking about your eyes, and that can't be all bad.
First, we grabbed brunch at the Speakin' Spot. It had a lot of raw foods on the menu, which was exciting, and the employees working there were also super nice. I even got to practice my Spanish with some of them. We got a couple of wraps, a smoothie, which was genuinely one of the best smoothies I ever had, and then we decided to try their raw tacos, which were a lot bigger than we expected. When we finished, we came out and found this lovely surprise. Someone hit our rental car, and this was actually our first time renting a car, so, I mean, what are the odds of that? Thankfully, the lady was kind enough to leave her number, and after an hour or so, Katie figured it all out. Afterwards, we wanted to grab some matcha, and I found this spot that does something I've never even heard of before. Matcha tastings. I've never gone to a wine tasting, but as a matcha lover, this definitely piqued my interest. I asked if I could film the process for my channel, and coincidentally, the kind gentleman who prepared our matcha is also a content creator, and he asked if he could film as well. Everyone here was so nice and patient and really took the time to explain how all the little details affect the overall taste of matcha. They source their matcha straight from a farmer in Japan and mill it fresh right here, which is another thing I never heard of. What's crazier is that they actually supply our favorite matcha back at home at this local coffee shop that we love. It was safe to say that this was the best matcha I ever had. We tried 3 different kinds along with some dates. Overall, this was such a fun experience. If you get the opportunity to, you should definitely enjoy this little slice of Japan right here in Victoria. One of my favorite things about traveling is checking out the vegan scene in the city. Vancouver had a lot of gems, and since Victoria was a much smaller city, there weren't too many choices to pick from. However, this spot is entirely vegan and gluten-free, which was insane. I got this rice bowl for breakfast. This bowl was delicious. And for anyone who knows me, knows I'm down for rice any time of day. Afterwards, we walked to a vegan cafe, hoping to get a pastry or something sweet to complete the meal, but unfortunately they sold out of the good stuff, so we just had some matcha lattes, which were alright. I did really enjoy the little characters they had stamped on it though. And before we headed to the game, we drove to the nearest park, and this was one that my aunt actually recommended to us. Considering it was in the heart of the city, it was so peaceful and so beautiful.
Oh wow, bro.
Hey guys, so I'm currently sitting alone in the car. We just picked up KT's brother AT and we went for breakfast, although KT and I did not eat yet. We just had a matcha. We're waiting to eat somewhere else and grab food later. So today's our last full day here. It's been a bit of a roller coaster this trip, and I feel like it's teaching me a lot of lessons, just practicing managing stress and learning how to self-regulate my emotions and just bounce back like just faster and faster, because I honestly think that's something that I need to work on. If my mood shifts, it takes a lot and it takes a while to kind of shift it back, especially when you're around other people. You kind of feel that pressure to do that a little faster, and it's something that I don't like about myself, and so it's something that I have made like a priority to work on. And this trip has been like giving us a lot of hurdles, unexpected turns and events, and I can't even explain everything in this video, like every single hurdle that we have gone through in the past few days. It's insane, like you just wouldn't believe. But it's been a fun experience. I wish we could be here a little longer. Guess I didn't anticipate that we wouldn't have as much time to explore, but I need to get some work done for my channel because I haven't been able to edit a lot for my personal stuff. I've been doing a lot of work, a lot of last minute client work, and helping with revisions. Yeah, if you're new here, I have a lot of new viewers, but I'm a video editor. Obviously, I edit my own content, but I also edit content for other people. So my partner and I, we run an agency together, and yeah, so we're traveling and working at the same time. And I learned a lot about the cons of doing this. You know, it sounds like such a luxury to be able to work and travel at the same time, and it really is, honestly. Just not having to, you know, book time off and have a maximum amount of vacation days. And if you want to make money while you're away, like, you have that option, but there is definitely a con to it. Like, we're only here for 5 days, not even, and I've had to work a lot this trip, so I feel like, you know, I'm not as present, and I have to be on my phone a lot. I have to make sure I have the laptop to get things done while I have spare time, and sometimes I don't even have spare time and I'm still working. So it does get frustrating. Like yesterday, we went to that beautiful park. More than half the time I had to be on my phone to get back to some messages and approve projects and all this type of stuff. And I don't know, some people I feel like might think it's so like privileged of me to complain about this, but yeah, it did really hit me this time, like how, you know, when you do work a traditional job and you are able to take, you know, 2-3 weeks off and just be present, do whatever, like literally don't have to even think about your job, that is great too. I mean, I wouldn't trade it for that. I wouldn't trade this for that because I do prefer this. I feel like I've heard this side of digital nomadism, but I'm really actually feeling it this time. I didn't feel it so much in Vancouver because I didn't have that much work to do, but this has been a busy week. Busy is good, but busy can be stressful and frustrating. And on top of that, you know, it's my time of the month, and that might be a little TMI, but that just contributes to all the emotions and just kind of mental battles that I'm facing with every little inconvenience. It feels a little bigger in my head than it actually is. Yeah, I'm glad that, you know, I have KT with me. He is really like a really calm person in stressful situations, and he really just anchors me back to the present moment and makes me realize that, like, okay, this is teaching us something, like, what is it? So I am really glad that he is just always there with me and, you know, kind of just helps me see the bigger picture, see the silver linings. But anyways, uploading a short right now. I'm really freaking hungry, so I can't wait for him to be done his workout and then we can grab some food. We are going to meet and I'm so excited. I really wanted to go to meet for breakfast when we were in Vancouver, but we just didn't have the time. So they have a location here in Victoria and I'm so excited. I also, this is so random, but this car, I was like working for like maybe 15 minutes. The navigation and the lights on the dash were still on and I was like, I don't think the car is off. This is a push to start car and I think I've only driven one once and I just didn't know how to turn it off. I'm like, there's no freaking like thing to like turn off. There's no ignition. There's no key in the ignition that you take out. And I was just like trying to press like the lock button on the starter. It wouldn't do anything. And then I was like trying to find it on YouTube, couldn't find anything. And then eventually I figured it out. I had to like step out of the car and lock it. And then I came back in and now everything's off. I just hope the battery didn't die. Can you imagine if that was another hurdle? Like straight up, that would be so like laughable. That's honestly like, we just laugh at this point. Anytime there's like something that's just like, wow, what are the chances? Like, hey guys, I get out of the breathe. I'm so full. We have reached our final night here. Had a very long day today. Definitely feel very tired from the trip, but we made the most of our day for sure. Had breakfast, got some work done, watched the game, ate dinner all together, and I just passed out in the car so quick. KT said that he was trying to close my mouth like several times.
Mouth just be wide open. I just like,
and I don't remember waking up at all to it happening. We're just walking off this dinner. There's a lake by our Airbnb. So yeah, just excited to not feel like this.
like what?
Like I'm gonna explode.
Oh.
Look at how perfectly like manicured all of these hedges are. Like this one. I'm glad that we have this time to kind of wind down and digest everything, literally and memorably. This is actually my first vlog maybe that's like completely on my phone. I brought my camera and everything, but like I just didn't want to carry it. Yeah, anything you want to share, Kiru?
We had a great time just coming out here and supporting my brother. The one thing I think we definitely spent more time working. Two, we didn't anticipate a lot of the hiccups in our business. You take the pros with the cons. You just keep moving forward. That's all you can really do. In this trip overall, I felt like we ran into a lot of hurdles. But we had a conversation about that before, and we said that the universe always takes the path of least resistance. So although it might seem as though, you're going through a lot of ish, it's only because the best thing is coming for you. So it's always what we try and keep at the forefront of our minds. Yeah, continue to live in a state of gratitude, and there's a lot to be grateful for.
Amen.
Again, I got my little jacket on right here. My brother, his initials are AT, mine are KT.
We all got to take back some gear from him, so thanks, AT.
What are your thoughts on Victoria overall? Is it somewhere you'd want to come back to? What do you like and I guess maybe not like about Victoria?
Good questions. I really love all the greenery, all the flowers, just everything that they preserve here. They preserve so much nature, and like they don't worry about it looking too clean. There are a lot of parts that are, all the bushes are trimmed and they all look perfect, and it looks like very obvious that there was like garden work done. But there are also a lot of places like right here, this park that we're walking through, where they just kind of let nature do its thing and just outgrow. And I just love that there's just so much plant life here, whereas back home they try to keep everything like super clean and just mainly grass, honestly. Other than that, it's just so easy to get everywhere. I guess cons would be that it is a smaller city, so if you are looking for a little more action, this might not be the place for you, but it's super calm. Like we just walked like 7 minutes and it's like dead quiet here. Like, look, this is so beautiful. Gotta flip the camera out once again.
Yeah, it's so dark right now.
It's so dark now.
Even a point of filming?
It's for the aesthetics.
Oh, okay. Aesthetics.
Look at the stars.
Can you see the stars? Yeah, I can't.
No, not yet. It's too early.